And joining us on the line, great to be chatting to him again. It's been a few months. So what's happened, folks? Well, he's released a new song and he's here to tell us all about it. It's great to welcome back to Flow, Jake Davey. Mate, how are you?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing okay. Loved it when we last spoke, and we were talking about food that was in the video clip for your song.
Oh, we were.
Yeah, we were talking about food, and
you've got a fantastic memory.
Well, I wouldn't say it's that good, but it remembers food. It just seems to forget it seems to forget anniversaries and birthdays. It forgets all those, but it does remember food. So that's what I said to my wife. I said to my wife, if you could attach a food to one of our significant moments, I'd remember it then. And so,
that's super interesting.
Yes, which I'm still waiting for her to do. But anyway, we spoke about The Way She Does was the song, which I was getting to. That's what we spoke about. And I just remember the clip, which brings me straight away to, is it because of COVID and things that you haven't got a clip for your current song?
I have just shot it.
You have? Okay.
I have, yes. COVID's not stopping me. No, just shot it, and we're planning the release date this afternoon, so expect something very, very soon.
Okay, all right. So I'm looking forward to checking that out.
Yeah.
Is it going to involve food at all or anything?
This one's a little bit more low-key. I obviously with COVID, I wanted to play by the rules and not push anything, over the edge in terms of logistics. So yeah, it's pretty low-key clip, but I think it serves the song well. So really excited to share that very soon.
All right, we're looking forward to that. And the song, of course, is called Ends With Why, which is, I guess, a good pop culture saying that many of us use for very different things. Was that the whole reason you wanted to write this song, to do that? Or
yeah, man.
It was cool. Okay.
Yeah, we went into the write and we're like, we need to, I don't know, Aussies say a lot, I only drink on days ending with Y. And I'm like, well, I want to write a love song about that. And, put a bit of a spin on it, not so obvious. And then, came up with this song and everyone seems to be liking it so far. So, yeah, feeling really good about it. Yeah,
it's a good sounding and it's a good feeling song. Now, this is one that you wrote with, it was a co-write with, was it Lydia? You wrote with Lydia before?
Yeah. So we wrote The Way She Does together, Lydia Sutherland and I, and we brought Warner Music Nashville artist on board this time, Robin Nottolini. She's just signed with them a couple months back, so brought her into the write and we punched this song out, and she's super talented, and writing with both of those ladies they're insane. So yeah, it's really, really cool to be able to connect once again internationally and bring another song to life.
Writing with girls or writing with guys, how is it for you? And
it's so different.
What do you find so different about it?
I think girls tend to be a little bit more open and willing to try different things. Guys are kind of set in their ways, trucks, beers, stuff like that. So it depends on what song I kind of want to write. If I want to write a more emotional, lovey-dovey song, I'll write with females. And then if I want to write a bro down, drinking song, I'll get the guys together and we'll write a track like that. So it's, it's super interesting, very, very different. But I guess you got to pick your crew.
Jake, you're being very stereotypical there and pigeonholing, and because I've spoken to some girls that they can really rock out and do some beers and truck and ute songs.
You set me up there. You set me up.
Yes, I know. That's exactly right. And I've also spoken to guys that can do some real emotional songs. So,
absolutely.
Come on, Jake. Come on.
I think a good definition of that is Robin Nottolini. She's her whole EP is quite rocky and out there. Lydia's got that kind of pop, kind of chilled chick thing going on. So, like you said, it's especially in 2021, everyone's able to kind of lean either way. I think surface level, that works really well. But once you dive deeper, everyone can be quite versatile and, take on anything they want to. How's that answer?
Yeah, well, we'll let it pass. Yeah, well,
I love it
because it's on a day ending in Y. We'll let you get away with it.
Love it.
So when you're writing the song, they're obviously overseas, and you're doing all the Zoomy sort of things.
Yeah, it's all on Zoom, man. So it's like a second delay between us and them, and songwriting's interesting. Having a chat on the phone is easy when it comes to the delay and stuff like that. You might take a deep breath, and then the other person will answer. But with songwriting, you've got all these ideas popping up that you don't want to let them slip away. So it's very tricky to make sure that that call and response is on point. Otherwise, ideas just get lost in the wind. So super interesting.
That's what I've found talking to people, that it's been that way. They had to navigate the way through it. How do you find it? Because you're a bit of a tech head, so how do you find it from the technological side with all the equipment that you're using? Do you need to make sure that it's all compatible and, everyone's using the same sort of thing?
That's a super funny question. So, like, Robin and Lydia literally just jump on their like MacBooks and like throw up their webcam and their audio, and it's like, MacBook Pro have decent stuff, but like I've got like my SM7B, I've got like my Aperture Light, I've got like my fancy webcam. Like you said, I'm a bit of a tech head, so they're spoiled in terms of my production, but I can handle theirs. It's fine.
Yeah, I just wondered about that because I could imagine it might be a little bit different their end to yours.
Yeah, like I'm sitting in a studio, so why not take advantage of the gear?
Yeah. So, speaking of being in the studio, are you're writing some more material at the moment?
Yeah, man. So I've been writing a couple of songs a week with all different kinds of people, whether it be a cut for them or for me. Basically just wading through different songs, trying to figure out, the next step. And just trying to put my finger on that. So lots of writing and lots of collaboration going on at the moment.
Is there any just you're writing yourself, or is everything co-writes at the moment?
I definitely write a few songs here and there by myself. I always like the idea of sharing the journey with other people.
Yep.
And it also gives the song the love it deserves. Like, there's people that only write by themselves, and then there's people that only write with other people. So I think I'm somewhere in between that.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I think it works best ways if you can do your own and then with others. I think it really works well. You said there about other people's songs, so I know you do your producing and that kind of thing. And how's that been with all the COVID stuff happening, and now that lockdowns are sort of coming back in and hopefully easing soon? How have you found that? Has that been difficult to do from your end or from the people sending you work? How's it been?
Lots of different... it's on a case-by-case basis. So
Yep.
I work with a lot of local people that are able to get in here, but I have a lot of people coming from Brisbane and Sydney. It's really tricky. There's one girl, Taylor Adams, who is a fantastic up-and-coming singer-songwriter. She's never recorded before, and she saw my stuff, and she's like, I want to record. And I'm like, cool. So we've had all the pre-production meetings, and she wrote the song, and I helped her kind of make sure it was all locked and loaded. And then, this is the fourth time we've had to reschedule. So it's a little heartbreaking, but it'll make it worth the wait once she gets in here. And but on the other hand, I've got, 3 or 4 EPs locked in over the next 2 months. So it's very busy times. It's just there are negatives scattered throughout that.
I don't think for you they're not negatives. They're just little obstacles and challenges you're going to overcome.
Obstacles, yep.
They're just obstacles you're going to overcome. That's what I'm hearing from you.
Exactly right. Yeah, you got to stay positive, man. And I feel like I'm so lucky, and I feel for the rest of my fellow Australians getting all patriotic about it. That it's like, it's really tricky watching my muso mates go into lockdown again and all their gigs be stripped from them, and it's truly heartbreaking. So if I can, help them out in any way once it all kind of opens back up again, then I'll be there. But it's just, I'm just trying to ride the wave at the moment.
As we all are, Jake, as we all are. Now, just focusing back on the studio for a sec, how many takes do you get for yourself to do and others to do when it comes to vocals? Are you just like... Do you always go back to the original, or how does it work? I
am not one of those people that was born being able to sing. I work very, very hard for my sound. So when I'm in the studio, I warm up. I spend half an hour warming up. I drink all the nice teas, the water, the vocal steam. I do all that. I really give myself the best chance, and then I might do 3 to 5 takes. I might do a warm-up take, and then I'll do 3 to 5 takes, and then pick my favourite parts throughout that. So, I work very hard to make sure that the end product is, of a certain standard. But then you get other people that walk in and sound great straight off the bat. So I'm not ashamed to say that I work very hard for the sound. When you're working with others, have you learned from them as to help you with your vocals? Yeah, everyone's so unique, man. It's like I work with 10 to 15 artists every month they're all so talented, like young and older, females, males. There's no everyone's got their own approach and their sound, and it's inspiring. It is. So the main takeaway is that there's no box, there's no rules, there's no one way to do things. So that's probably my favourite lesson from what I do.
What about mic technique?
It always changes. Yeah, I've got a few different mics here that I use, different preamps and stuff like that. Distance from the microphone can help a lot too. It comes down to one headphone off, all headphones on, in-ears, different types of headphones. You just got to work hard to make sure that the client feels comfortable. And, when I'm in the studio, it's the same thing. And it changes. So, it's very interesting, and it keeps me captivated, and that's why I do what I do. So
I find it very fascinating in that because, I just find it very intriguing and fascinating. So thanks for answering those questions. I
love them. Thanks for asking.
And now you mentioned about EPs for others. What about an EP for you? I mean, we spoke about this before. Now, later this year was the plan. Is that still the case?
Yeah, for sure. So I'll be heading to Newcastle next week to work with my drummer Reese Zaka at Spinlight Studio and lay down some drum tracks and some bass tracks and kind of start building the project. So it's hopefully comes to life late 2021.
What about shows? You mentioned shows from some artists that have been cancelled. What about a few? Have you had some cancelled or rescheduled? Yeah,
we were Chelsea Berman and I were scheduled to go to Brisbane to perform at Johnny Ringo's 2 nights in a row. We've had to reschedule that, which sucks. But we're able to reschedule them. So that's the main thing. We're going to get up there at some point. It's just a matter of when.
And you're still on doing Savannah in the Savannah in the Round shows? You're still doing those?
Absolutely. Yeah, getting locked and loaded, doing a lot of rehearsals for that at the moment. Picking the set list and just getting pumped for that. Super excited, actually. It's going to be a good time.
And what sort of songs are we having in the set list? Apart from your own, are you going to do any little surprises?
That's a really good question. I might throw in a surprise or two, yeah.
Well, don't just leave it there. Give me a bit more. Come on.
Oh, well, I think I might lean into my inspiration, so I might find a sneaky cover song to throw into the set to shake things up.
So we're going to hear some Led Zeppelin. Good, that's what I want to
Maybe some Green Day. I don't know. I grew up listening to rock music, so it's really interesting to be leaning into country now. It's it's cool.
Led Zeppelin did country, so I'm just saying.
Got to be versatile.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, Jake, it is great chatting to you as always, and then good luck with everything in the studio that you're doing. I know you do some fabulous work. I always enjoy listening to it, and thanks for asking those questions about what you do in the studio too. Really appreciate that.
You're a bloody legend.
I just love chatting to you about that sort of stuff, and hopefully we can do it face-to-face one day when some of this COVID madness sort of gets out the way. But
calms down. Yes, couldn't agree more. I'll be there.
good luck with all your shows. Hope it all goes well. Say good day to Chelsea for us next time you're speaking to her as well. We've got your song here ready to go. I know the Flow listeners are going to love it. If you could please introduce it for them, and please, mate, stay safe too.
Easy. I'm Jake Davey, and it's my brand new single, Ends With White. Cheers, guys.
Selling 2-for-1s. We don't remember much of that day, except for the way you danced. And now I said, what's your name? Just another day of the week. The tequila and you knocked me off my feet. I woke up in the morning thinking I could be with you Friday all the way to Sunday afternoon, babe. Make me love Mondays if I get to spend them all with you. On Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday too. You don't even have to try. I love you every day that ends with Y. I used to let time roll by. Now I don't take a second for granted. A girl like you walked into my life, and I'm like, what are the chances? Any day of the week, 24/7, got a hold on me. You got a hold on me. Sunday afternoon, babe. You make me love Mondays. If I get to spend them all with you. On Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday too. You don't even have to try. I love you every day that ends with Y. They were selling 2-for-1s. We don't remember much of that day. I could be with you Friday, all the way to Sunday afternoon, babe. Make me love Mondays. If I get to spend them all with you. On Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday too. You don't even have to try. I love you every day that ends with Y. Ends with Y. You don't even have to try. I love you every day that ends with Y. You don't even have to try. I love you every day that ends with Y.